Children and great-grands, not just Jack. Thank you, Jesus. But let's first talk about your mom, okay? What is your fondest memory with your mom?
It would have to be, it was a couple of years ago. She had called us, me and my sister, to LA. And this was when my sister was living in LA at the time. And she called us to LA. She wanted to spend a day with us. And she basically told us her life story. And it's been something that I wanted to hear like all my life. And that's my fondest memory.
Wow. And that just happened a couple years ago, you said,
Just a couple of years ago.
Wow. That's incredible, but I'm sure a lot was learned.
Oh, yeah.
A lot was appreciated.
A lot was clarified.
A lot was clarified, too. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So now being a mother yourself, your oldest, she is
14.
14. I know, right? She's on her way to high school. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
And so are you. As a mother, what would you say is your greatest memory to them?
Ooh. It's hard to say what the greatest is. Just because there are so many. It has to be when they were born.
Okay.
They all, of course, are all different. Jordan was just quiet, peaceful, and just looked at everybody. She still does that to this day.
She still does that to this day.
Jermaine was just chill, a little calm. Justice came out screaming. And they're all three of them still the same.
They're still the same. Isn't that incredible? Wow. And their personalities are so different. But we can see a lot of you and your husband, Chris, in all three of them, which is incredible. Because sometimes a child might have just the personality of a mother or father, but then they have their own personalities too. I love watching them grow here at the church. Now we're in the season of celebrating mothers, right? And we just came out of a season where we celebrate and recognize our families that have children who are winning with autism. And I know that is near and dear to you and your family because you have a child who is winning with autism. As a mother to a child who's winning with autism, explain a little bit about what that means to you and what that looks like for you as well.
Justice is very, very unique. And I noticed her, I don't want to call them symptoms, but I noticed the characteristics early on. And it's only because of when I worked at the regional center, that's how I was able to kind of pick up on a few things. And so me trying to explain that to Chris was really difficult because this is something you don't want to accept. You don't want to, as a parent, you don't want to accept that there's any kind of developmental flaw with your child or anything worse. You know, you don't want to accept it. You don't want to even think about it.
Right.
So it was a little hard to kind of explain it to Chris.
Sure.
But we eventually had her tested and they gave us the diagnosis. And so it's still a little difficult to process because she's so very, very high functioning that she gets in trouble for things and it's like, oh shoot, I forgot.
Right.
Her routine changed.
Right.
And so now we have to circle back. And so that's kind of where we are now, especially with the pandemic, and she's not in her routine of going to school. She started chewing on her shirt. And it's things like that takes me a minute to kind of act because she's so high functioning, and I have to remember, oh yeah, she has to do this and this and this and this. And it has to be this way and this way and this way.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, like you said, she is high functioning because the girl is, I mean, she's great.
And I never underestimate the power of prayer, because Justice didn't talk really until she was 3. And she started talking the week that her grandmother came to visit.
Wow.
And we didn't really do anything. And we looked up, she was just saying little things. And Chris immediately looked at his mom and said, "You've been praying, Mom, haven't you?"
Wow.
And she was like, "Yep."
Power of prayer.
Power of prayer.
It works. I'm a believer in that. I'm a living witness to it as well. Thank you so much for sharing that personal and intimate story with us, your experience, really, not a story. We have a lot of mothers here at Bayview, ranging from young to older, right? What is one wise word from one mother to another?
Motherhood is individual.
Yes.
You do not have to be super mom. You do not have to. We already have a bunch of hats that we wear, but it is not a requirement to wear all those hats.
That's great. Thank you for that. That's really good. So speaking to your younger self, right? We're still young. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. We
perpetually 25.
Come on. we are still young, but your younger self as a mother, what is one thing you would tell that person?
Take it easy. Don't be so hard on yourself. You've never been a mother before.
Wow, that's rich. That's rich. So it's all new. And it's okay that it's new.
And it's new with each child.
With each child. That's good. That's really good. Thank you so much for that. Last question. If you had an opportunity for a do-over in regards to motherhood, what would that one thing be that you would do over?
Not work outside the home.
Okay. That's good. That's really good.
And for me, I've noticed that it's been maybe about a year, almost 2 years now, that I haven't worked a regular 9 to 5. And I've seen the toll that it took on the relationship, especially with me and my oldest.
Okay.
So for me, working outside the home, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's good. Well, listen, thank you so much. This has been really sweet. And happy Mother's Day to you.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All righty.